The Zinnovants have had yet another idea. It's all very well, but the proof is in the pudding, and more than having an idea, it's about time to innovate. If one wants to be genuinely innovative, one will need to convince a lot of people. So while it's great to have a good idea, the main challenge will always be to persuade people around us to adopt it. And it just won't do to simply persuade customers. We will also need to convince those who run the company, those who will sell the product, the distributors and the partners, and sometimes even the relevant public authorities. The same goes for advisors and opinion leaders, those who have influence on consumers. The first step, therefore, consists in identifying the key people who need to be motivated by the project, the main stakeholders involved. And this is by no means an easy step. To convince everyone, the Zinnovants will need to go through several more steps, all of which start with ensuring that each and every stakeholder involved sees the benefit in adopting the innovation. Once this is done, the next step will consist in demonstrating it won't be too disruptive and will be sufficiently compatible with what exists already. The risk will also need to be contained, and the adoption will have to prove relatively uncomplicated. And then, people will also need to be able to check that it works before adopting it. Finally, they should also be able to check whether others also embrace the innovation. In short, if you want to convince others in adopting your innovation, you will need to identify all the relevant stakeholders, to convince them the change is worth embracing, and finally, to convince them it won't be too difficult to make this change. Happy innovation!